and today is Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks is a weekly discussion group created by Janie and Janelle, and I'll have a link to the Goodreads group and to their channels down below in case you want to join in. This week's topic is what's your opinion of buddy reads, and I'm really glad that this is this week's topic as I've done more and more buddy reads since joining BookTube. I've been thinking about some pros and cons that I myself see with buddy reads, and I've been wanting to do a discussion video, so when this was the topic I was like, yes, I've got to talk about that. But I never took any notes on what I was thinking to myself, so this is going to be off the top of my head and probably forget everything I wanted to say. If you don't know what a buddy read is, it's where you and another person pick a book to read together at the same time, and then you just kind of discuss it as you read. I have done a handful of buddy reads since joining BookTube, and I have really enjoyed the experiences, and obviously the biggest pluses that I can see with buddy reads is that you can get to talking with someone outside of just videos. You can really get to know someone better. It just is a easier form of communication, and you can talk about the book you're reading. It's always a great thing to have someone that you can talk to about the book like while it is fresh on your mind. So I definitely have enjoyed doing all the buddy reads that I've done. However, I also kind of stressed out about them because I'm really bad at scheduling buddy reads. Like when I'm reading a book, I can't just stop reading, put it down, and then pick up my buddy read because I agreed I would start it on this certain day. And most people are really flexible with that. They don't really mind as long as you read it close together so that you can be talking about it while it's still fresh on your mind. But that can be frustrating when the book I was reading before the buddy read book is something that's due back at the library or something that I have some kind of deadline on. Another con that I kind of personally see with buddy reads is that if it's not a book that I really want to read, I could kind of end up reading a book that I'm not really interested in, like just for the sake of a buddy read. I feel like all people involved really need a good interest in the book that you're reading, because otherwise you can just feel like you're forced to read a book simply to do it as a buddy read and not because you're genuinely interested in reading the book. And when that happens to me, like if I'm not really in the mood for a book because I am a mood reader, then I can kind of not like the book as much, not enjoy it as much as I would have if I had been in the right mood. That actually hasn't happened to me with buddy reads yet, but it's a possibility that has scared me away from wanting to do all the buddy reads, you know? And one thing that I actually have been thinking about on my own about buddy reads is that when you're reading a book with somebody and you talk about your ideas, you kind of run the risk of groupthink. Groupthink is actually something I see a lot on YouTube in general, and especially BookTube, with all the hype around books. Like if two people are sponsored to promote a certain book and they get really excited about it, other people can kind of feed off of that excitement, check the book out, and just carry that excitement over to their own opinion of the book, and then the entire community starts getting really hyped and excited about this book when the book isn't really deserving of all of that excitement and hype. So that happens a lot, and I do feel like it can happen with buddy reads where both of you just kind of have the same opinion of the book because you kind of feed off of each other. I have seen that happen with buddy reads before, where maybe I'll cut a book some slack, or maybe I'll look at it more critically because my reading partner was kind of feeling a little bit differently than I was. If there's something that somebody else really loved about a book and then they point it out to me, then I can be like, yeah, you know what, that was really great, but I wouldn't have seen it on my own. Or sometimes I feel like I might be a little bit more critical of a book that I'm reading with someone and they wouldn't have seen all those things if I hadn't have pointed them out, and then maybe it drops their rating of the book a little bit. If I hate a book, you should still be able to love it on your own. If I love a book, you should still be able to hate it on your own if that's the true opinion that you have of the book. Usually the reading experience is a big key role in what I thought of the book. So if the experience was reading the book with a buddy, then yeah, that can kind of make me look back on that book and say, man, I really enjoyed the process of reading that book because I was able to talk about it with my friend. So yeah, maybe I do kind of rate the book a little bit higher than I would have without having read it with somebody, but I can't differentiate that. So I don't know, my ratings just kind of stand where they are, but that is something I am conscious of at least. But overall, I really have enjoyed every buddy read I've done. I really enjoy having someone to bounce ideas off of, to talk about theories with, just having an outlet for book talk. So definitely enjoy them. Let's chat about this. So let me know what your thoughts on buddy reads are. Do you like them or are you not a fan? Let me know any of your experiences down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye! Hosted by Janie and Janelle, with cool topics every week, so you should check it out. Quit being lame, Trina. It's where you and another person usually, if you don't know what a buddy read is, like if two people are being promotion,